First off, cheers, dude. Happy holidays.
Cheers. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
So,
I'm already a little drunk, so we'll see. Well, it might be a little crazy, but here we go.
we're going to start off with actually the last thing you sent me in a text message that had to do with Pacers.
Okay.
All right? It was a screenshot.
We speak a lot of Pacers stuff on our off time.
Yeah.
We're very Pacers, you know what I'm saying? We're very Pacers. It's what we
oriented.
do. It's what we do.
So, first time two Pacer rookies have both had 30-point games. One, obviously, Benedict Mathurin.
Clearly.
Our boy. And then Andrew
Nembhard.
Nembhard. Yeah. All right?
Yeah, the rookie.
So,
Yep.
Benedict was against the Denver with 30 points, and he was
Impressive.
6 for 9 for 3 on that game.
It's very impressive.
Andrew Nimblin was against Golden State. He had 31 points.
He was eating that game.
31 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
And those 31 points, here's the crazy stat that I found when I was researching.
Yeah.
0 free throws.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no points from
Yeah, Harden.
free throws.
Yeah, how do you feel about that,
And-
Harden?
And that game that he did that,
Yeah.
no Halliburton,
Oh.
no Turner,
Oh.
no McConnell,
Oh.
no Duarte.
Fuck LeBron James. We don't give a fuck. Fuck LeBron James. Fuck the Warriors. Fuck the Celtics. Fuck everybody. It's the
Yeah.
Pacers.
So
It's the Pacers.
that's how we're going to start off. Would you rather start with Benedict or Andrew's game first?
I mean, let's just speak on Benedict. We know Benedict.
Yeah,
We're
okay,
familiar
okay.
with Benedict. I'm not super familiar with Andrew. No disrespect. We're Pacers fans. There's no disrespect. But
Yeah.
clearly, Benedict's got the shine.
I think Andrew was either like the last pick of the first round or like the first pick of the second round.
I think it was the latter.
Yeah,
I think it was the latter.
So
yeah.
Benedict is actually averaging 17.7 points a game, and he's only started one game.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know he started at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so he had one game where he started, a bunch of injuries, which is very crazy when you think about, like, if any player at all is scoring 17 points per game, anybody, anywhere, starting, not starting, that's good.
That's good.
That's very good.
That's
Even
good.
Halliburton, our biggest, star or whatever, he's only doing 20 points per game.
Yeah.
And he obviously has other stats and
Sure,
stuff.
clearly.
But still, 17 points per game, that is a lot to give as a rookie.
His trajectory, I'm like almost nervously like excited for. You
Yeah.
know, like it's
Yeah.
like where is it going to take? Like, I mean, he is clearly either the best or the second best rookie out of the draft. Hands down, no competition, and no one's even close. It's
Yeah.
him or my guy in the
Pablo.
Magic, Pablo Bencheros or whatever his name is.
I don't remember his
Don't
name.
know his
but yeah,
name.
him.
And honestly,
he's starting.
And he is starting.
Yeah.
So it's like if you look at the all that encompasses what goes on in the both of them as players, as rookies, we're a little biased. I think
Yeah.
Benedict's the guy. But it's clearly 1 and 2, and honestly it kind of goes like this, like who's in the number 1 for rookie of the year, But honestly, your boy, or not your boy, but the guy in the Magic, he's starting. Our boy is not starting.
Yeah.
6th man of the year.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
So, my biggest thoughts, I keep having this almost dream over the 6th man of the year and the rookie of the year, which I think is like very possible because along with those 17.7 points, he's also getting, I think, like 4 rebounds and like an assist or something, which, again, beyond crazy. If he was literally doing 2 rebounds, 8 points,
Yeah.
I'd be happy with our rookie. I really like him.
Yeah.
But
We didn't expect shit coming out of this guy. And he overdid it.
so
He overdid it.
I will say, I think maybe we're a little biased for us is
Yeah.
we're used to our rookies. I think I like our highest pick besides this 6
Yeah.
since like 1982 was like number like 15 pick.
Yeah.
So I try to pull myself back a little bit because of that
Yeah.
because we've never really even had a first round pick that had high expectations.
No.
The last pick I can think that we had that had high expectations was Miles Turner.
Yeah.
You know?
When was that, dude?
I want to say that was 2014 or 2015.
So it was a decade ago, damn near.
Yeah,
It was damn near
yeah.
a decade ago. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but he seems like that, like number 2. And Duarte has at
good.
the beginning of the year he wasn't doing too good.
He's
That's
been
the
out
right
for a
home
while.
again.
Yeah.
But these past games he's actually been doing very
been
well, and I think
balling. Ask the Celtics, you heard?
no, I'm about to pull up.
Ask the
stats. I
motherfucking
have
Celtics how Duarte is doing. They'll tell you. They'll tell you.
So-
Fuck the Celtics. I want everybody to hear that.
So Duarte versus the Celtics, he was 14 points, 5 for 10, and 4 for 5 from 3.
Oh,
So
weird.
we have 3. Him and Mathurin look like scorers.
Yeah.
And obviously Halliburton is somebody who can facilitate the ball very well. And
Yes.
he can score because the same Celtics game, he went 6 for 13 on 3.
Yeah.
And he also scored 33 points.
That's
Yeah, so it looks like we have 3 really good scorers.
Yeah.
And me personally, you tell me what you think about this.
all right.
I think we're a center away.
From.
Hey, that's a good question.
From the promised land?
Okay. I think we're a center away and probably like 2 years of development away from being contenders.
Okay.
That's where I think we're at.
Can I give you my thoughts?
Hit
Okay.
me.
So, we both had this shared high level of excitement. I'm sure if you're a Pacers fan, you were following this too. When DeAndre Ayton almost signed with us. Well, he did sign with us, but then the Suns pulled his whatever
Yeah.
it is, where they can like counter offer. Yeah, that's politics, nigga. You just Google it, But they pulled that card where we offered him this contract, he accepted it, and then they were like, no, okay, we want to offer him whatever, and he even came out and was like, Pacers, thank you for doing this or whatever. Why I bring it up is because I saw a little something on House of Highlights or whatnot. It was DeAndre Ayton yelling during a game, during a little huddle, going back and forth very visibly with the coach. There might be a little infighting going on. What's that mean?
He definitely doesn't want to be there. That's for
He
sure.
doesn't want to be there. They're not appreciating him. They didn't even want to offer him the max contract that he wanted, the rookie extension, whatever the fuck it was.
And they could, when he was up for that max, is just after they made the finals.
Yes. They were fucking with their guy. We gave him an offer. He accepted it. We gave it out. Everybody was happy. The Suns took it away from him. Now they're fucking him again. I think we could snag him back.
Yeah,
DeAndre,
I think,
he's young and he's talented. That's what we want right
So
now.
I may be a little off of these dates, but I think January 6th is when he's eligible to get traded again.
Sure. You
and
mentioned that before.
I would not be surprised because honestly, with Buddy Hield and Miles Turner,
We're attractive.
yeah, we're
attractive. For the first time in forever, we're attractive.
every single team in the league that's competitive either wants Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, or both.
Yes.
That's facts.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we could definitely get anyone we want, and we have the money to pay because our 3 best players right now.
Yeah.
Well, for sure 2, maybe 3.
Sure.
Or for sure 2 best.
Yeah.
Halliburton and Mathurin cheap right now. They're both very cheap.
Meaning?
Because they're on rookie contracts.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
we can
We have a budget. We have a budget.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
pay anybody we want.
Yeah.
So, and I was about to say, and I kind of hesitate with this. You tell me what you think. I was
Sure.
going to say Duarte is the 3rd best, but I guess Turner's probably still our 3rd best.
Best as in scoring or best as an overall player?
Just overall. Because he brings so much to defense.
Probably Turner. Probably
Yeah.
Turner. I mean, it pains me to say because I'm a Turner hater. I love him. I hate him. I love him. I hate him. He
Yeah.
generally kind of just upsets me because for what he offers on paper, I feel like he undersells. Like he's not as good as he can be, or
Yeah.
as he should be, or whatever that even means. I don't know. But if you watch Miles Turner, you see this big ass motherfucker who's just really not doing enough. How do you have 3 rebounds a game?
So
You're 7 foot taller, bro.
yeah, so here's my biggest thing. Right now we're 16-16. I think
I'll take it.
I think he's
I'll take it.
I think he's averaging 7.3 rebounds a game. You give us a center that, regardless of scoring, assists, all that, you give us a center who averages 10 rebounds a game, bro. I think we might only have less than double-digit losses. I
Okay.
think we might be a 20-8 type of team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's so frustrating because
Aiden.
I love Turner for so many reasons, but that rebounding thing just is so frustrating when you're that tall and you just can't rebound. It just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
He's
to
been
me.
having these games where he kind of goes off and he's scored 30 a night or whatever
Yeah.
the case is, which we never really seen out of him. And all of a sudden we see all this potential. That's great. For me, I feel like I've just been going through this and through this and through this. With this little shine that he's got, I think it's great. I want it to be trade potential. I don't want to invest in Turner anymore. I think, hey, however I feel about Turner, whatever. Good, The motherfucker did a podcast with Adrian Wojnarowski talking about, hey, Lakers, I got a lot to offer. He doesn't even want to be here. Let's be real. He sees that other team. He knows he's on the trading block.
Yep.
So he's going, hey.
For like 3 years.
For 3 years. So if he goes, if a team that's like out in the West or even out in the East, like, you know what I mean? Like the Lakers or theoretically the Nets or whoever, the Bucks, whatever. These teams that have a lot of shine and they want Miles Turner, he's young and he's getting better. He's going, I want to go there. Great. Give us picks. Give us a young player. I don't care. We are rebuilding. It's great to see the progress we've had, but I do think that he is stunting. If we don't trade him, we are stunting the growth that we've experienced, the massive growth we've experienced in this last year.
Frustrating to think that all our other players who are doing so well, if you imagine any of them getting an extra, because rebounds of possession, you imagine them getting an extra 3 possessions a game, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That after 10 games, that's 30 possessions.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is very frustrating. But in the same time, it's me personally, I almost don't want to get rid of Miles.
But you like Miles. You like him. You got the Hickory jersey, bro.
Yeah.
You got a, you know what I'm saying?
More than that, we have the he's such a 3-and-D.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And in today's NBA, that is what you want.
Are guys his size normally a 3-and-D? No, they're not. That's the problem.
But no. See, I disagree there. I think that's our unicorn in him. I think, you want a center that can be a 3-and-D. What are we pulling up here?
So I'm pulling up this quote. This is it's this guy. His name is Wally Skitzenbach. You see him?
I think it's Scarsback.
Scarsback. Whatever. So he had a quote, something along the lines of saying that Tyrese Halliburton is a wannabe all-star, okay? My man, Wally, was a one-time all-star, and he's talking spicy to our guy. So how I respond to this now, I'm very open to being a family-friendly program. I'm also very, very open to, talking a little spice. I tell Wally, suck my dick, and you can edit that out if you want to. But I said, suck my dick, you are a hater. Certified platinum hater. Why you talk? What you are jealous, and it's clear. You see all the highlights of Tyrese, and you're jealous. Want to be all-star? You're a want to be more than one all-star. You can't do it. You did it one time, and you think of the man, do it again, or you can't. You know that Tyrese's trajectory is high. If he's not an all-star this year, he'll be one next year. He'll be one soon. He will guarantee. I put my dick on the line. He'll be a multiple-time all-star. What are your thoughts, Wally?
So
fuck with the wrong one.
This is honestly a perfect pivot. And me personally, I'll start off with this, and I have a lot more to go on. So let me ramble a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I foresee him multiple All-NBAs. Yeah. I really do, because
how not?
The only thing that you can semi-hate on Tyrese Halliburton right now is he's only scoring 20 points per game.
Everything else is great.
Which is great in a lot, but no matter how, it doesn't matter how good you are in every single area could be stacked. But if you're 20 points a game, that leaves room to be desired.
I agree. I do agree.
So when I was thinking about Tyrese Halliburton, I was like, how does he actually compare to these point guards that are playing in our league today? Not past or anything, but playing today. Mm-hmm. The best comparison I found was actually Dame time, and I'm gonna go through. Okay. I'm gonna go through some stats with you.
Time for some stats, baby. Let's do it.
So, points per game.
So this is between Tyrese Halliburton and Dame time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna go through all the stats. And then I'm going to hit what I think was highlighted. And then if you find anything that you think I missed, hit me with it.
Sure,
right?
Let's do it.
So points per game. And everything I say first is Halliburton. Everything I say second is Dame time.
Let's go.
Halliburton, 20.
Fuck LeBron James.
Exactly.
Sorry, go ahead.
Dame time, 27.7. Assist, 10.6, 7.1. Rebounds, 4, 3.7. True shooting, 0.6. True shooting, 0.633. 3-point,
it's the same.
389, 3.393. Free throw, 871. Free throw, 898. steals 1.7, 0.9, turnovers 2.7, 3.6, and minutes 3.5, 34.8.
Yeah.
So here's my takeaways, right?
Please.
Minutes, like a minute apart. So I'll call that even.
Same.
Yeah, I'll call that even.
Same.
Turnovers, here's my most interesting point.
Sure.
Turnovers, Dame Time has one more,
Yeah.
and he has a whole steal less than Halliburton.
Yeah.
All right? So when I see that, I see that's 2 possessions.
Yes.
That's 2 possessions with the ball. So that's a big win for Halliburton.
Yeah.
Free throw, 871, 898. I don't want to undersell Dame Time because he is almost at 90%.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So I don't
crazy.
want to
That's crazy.
undersell that, but
That's crazy.
the 871 isn't too far off.
It's very
You know what I'm
similar.
saying?
That's
So-
enough to say it's very similar, if not like you can
Exactly.
say the same kind of
Yeah.
relativeness. Yeah.
That's another one.
It's even.
Yeah, that's
It's
another one
even.
I'm calling even
It's
though him almost shooting 90% is a big deal.
Yeah, no,
It's
we
a
can,
big deal, but I'm gonna call
give
it
him the
even.
edge, but we can say, and generally speaking, it's even.
The
Yeah.
3-point percentage, the 389, 393, that's .004 difference. Same. The true shooting, I will give to Dame Time, and I think it has a lot to do with the free throws. It's
Yeah.
a .6 to .633. That's a lot of like free throws.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's something that just comes along with like playing in the league longer.
Word.
Not only do you like learn how to get free throws more, but as you get older, you need to get free throws more.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So I give him the edge on that. He's
Yeah,
probably a little smarter on how to get
Word.
those calls.
Yeah,
and
mind
such.
you, what's the age difference between these guys? That's another good point.
I don't know for sure.
So we can say that these stats are generally pretty similar
yeah.
for a guy who's
In
Dame
his prime.
Time.
In his prime.
Yes, a guy who's clearly like, in his prime, maybe even arguably a little past his prime. That's a different argument or whatever. But he's around that prime time.
If he's out of his prime, it's only like a year.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree.
So I would still consider him.
He's in his prime versus a guy who's young on a team that's the first full year where it's completely his, and we're not even done yet. He's putting these numbers out. You tell me, we're Pacers fans. Me, you, us, all of us, we're Pacers fans. So we got a little bit of the glasses on, the rose color, whatever. This is crazy.
So
This is crazy.
So that brings me to a.
This is crazy.
But let me get through the rest of the stats. But
Go,
you
yeah,
did give me
please. I didn't mean to cut you.
another,
I didn't
thing.
mean to cut you, yeah.
Rebounds 4, 3.7 even. Assists, and we'll go to the points per game. So Tyrese has 10.6 assists.
Crazy.
Dame Time has 7.1. The difference in that is 3.5 exactly.
Crazy. That's significant.
Their points per game is 7 points different.
That's significant too.
So if you take Halliburton's, say all those 3.5 extra assists are just 2-pointers, they even out on the points per game. So
good
I would say
perspective.
on the points per game, the assists per games, even though Halliburton's way better in assists,
Yeah.
Dame Time's way better in points, I would say that even
Now, this is
on
what
that.
this is what I call Pacers logic, where anybody who's a Pacers fan will go, hell yeah. Anybody who's a fan of the Trailblazers is gonna go, fuck you, suck my dick. Okay, but at the same time, I agree with completely what you said.
Well, I will
But
caveat.
it's kind of up to you to agree with or not on an individual basis.
I will caveat that if I'm being real, I would rather my point guard be able to get the points himself than assist it. If he's
I do.
if he's still getting 7 assists a game, you know what I'm saying? So I will say Dame Time is still the better overall player right now. I will say that.
Yeah, he's been in
But-
the NBA longer, all that. He's a
Yeah,
veteran. He's a veteran.
But
Yeah, he should be. He should be.
I won't say he's significantly better. And like when Halliburton reaches the same year that Dame
Yeah.
Time is, they won't. And honestly, maybe that's something you should look up. That'd be good.
Sure.
Look up Dame Time stats his third year. That'd be a good one. And I'm gonna keep talking to you.
Yeah.
Keep talking
Yeah,
to me.
we can keep going.
So, where's this?
Damian Lillard is a long-time NBA veteran. These stats are great. Let's just say we have all these stats right here. If we just added 3 or 4 points to Tyrese's points per game average,
He's better. We'd say he's better. Wouldn't be competition.
You wouldn't
He's
even have
better.
to say he's better, but like, who do you want at that point? The young Tyrese Halliburton or the aging Dame Time?
So I'll take it back from even like who do you want? Like if Tyrese, like I didn't even think about that, but if Tyrese literally just added 3 points per game to his like average, which next year that's not a big reach.
No.
He is 100% clearly better.
Yes.
Like Dame Time is still in his stratosphere, but he's 100% clearly better. And the thing I liked about the Dame Time comparison is because they're both on squads that aren't necessarily good.
Yeah, they're not.
Because
They're
as
real
much as
not.
I hype up the Pacers, we're still very young everywhere. You know, like
Yeah.
O'Shea Brisket, he shows, you know, a
Brisket.
lot. What is it?
OJ Brissett or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. but he
Shout
shows,
out Brisket. Shout out Brisket, baby.
he shows a lot of potential. So while you look up his year 3 stats or whatever,
Do you know what year that was? It's not popping up for me.
if you look up his whole career, they'll have you know
Okay.
every season, and
I
you
got
just look
you.
at year 3.
I got you.
So I'm gonna go over another player while you look
Sure.
that up, and we'll come back. So another player that surprised me for 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, just off the top of my head, besides Pacers, I'm not like too deep dove into like the NBA all the time. Sometimes I know everything on the NBA that's going on. Other times it's just Pacers, and like, it's one of those times where it's just Pacers. I had thought that Harden had kind of fallen off a little bit.
Okay.
Did you know he's still kind of balling?
I'm a Harden hater. He has fallen off, but he's fallen off to where his heights were, but he's still a baller.
Yeah. So maybe that's a little bit of my confusion.
Like he's not a 30-point per game guy, average, whatever the case was.
Yeah.
You know, but he's still a baller.
See,
He's still a bitch, but he's still a baller.
maybe that's where a lot of my confusion came from, is because he was at MVP level, that I thought he just like regressed so much, but like really he hasn't. So this time I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm just gonna go all Hardens, all Halliburtons, and I'm gonna say what I think's like, you know, the big points from it. Or no, I'm gonna go back and forth again. So Halliburton 20 points,
Sure.
Harden 21.4. We'll
Yeah.
call that even. 1.5 isn't enough for me. Assists per game, Halliburton 10.6, Harden 10.3, and that was one that really surprised me. That really surprised me. But again, we'll call it even. Rebounds, Halliburton 4, Harden 6.3. So Harden obviously has that, but Harden is a more.
He's a bigger boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, I guess he does play point guard,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's a lot bigger. So true shooting, and I think like what I know about Harden, because my brother was a Rockets fan, you know, forever. What I know about Harden is he was very efficient, you know, because you saw it get all those free throws and
Yeah.
everything.
He fucking shoots
So-
the fucking game.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like Harden.
So true shooting, Halliburton was 0.6 and Harden was 0.586. Not a big difference, but just to be on the level with Harden, now you know he knows how to get fouls. And I don't think Halliburton's there yet. I think that's probably one of
No.
his bigger weaknesses.
No,
is he doesn't know how to get fouls.
Right, he doesn't know. He
Yeah.
doesn't know how to game the game yet. Harden's been doing that shit since fucking whenever.
Yeah.
Fuck Harden. Fuck LeBron James. Suck my dick. Pacers.
So
Sorry.
3-point percentage, Halliburton 3.89, Harden 3.57. Even though that has kind of a big gap, I'll say it's even, just in the sense of I bet Harden shoots a lot more. I didn't actually look this up, but I bet Harden shoots a lot more.
I found
And
his stats.
We'll get to his
okay,
stats in a moment,
okay,
that's
okay.
right. Free throw, they're only separated by 0.002, so we'll call that even.
Same.
Steals, Halliburton has 0.4 more. We'll even call that same.
It's the same.
Turnovers, Halliburton has a full 1 less. Now here's the craziest stat about the Harden Halliburton thing.
Yeah.
So after everything I read to you, we'll say they're same player almost.
Same
you know what I'm
player.
saying? Harden actually has 4 whole more minutes per game. So really look at all those stats, and he has 4 more minutes per game. And I think that's pretty crazy.
That means Halliburton is more efficient overall
yeah,
throughout
very
any given
much.
game than Harden is.
And-
Harden can suck my dick. Pacers, nigga. That's what the fuck we do, bro.
All right, ciao.
Sorry.
Even a little more on that is Harden has a squad, bro. Yeah,
Does
Joel.
he? Oh, yeah, he does.
Joel
No,
Embiid,
he does.
MVP. Almost every year they're like talking about him MVP. Yeah, Seth Curry, Tyrese Maxey. All those players are like certified. Hey, we've been in the league a few years. We've proven like we can do this. our whole squad is we're doing this right now,
We're rebuilding.
but we haven't proven we can do this like consistently.
We're rebuilding.
And so like those 10.6 assists when you don't have a Joel
A fucking Joel.
or a Seth Curry to
monster.
throw to, that's that's pretty crazy. So like just those two players, Harden, Dame Time. If I asked you like, are those both top 10 point guards? I think you would say yes, right?
Yeah.
And Halliburton, I would say I would rather have him than both of them.
Halliburton is by easily a top 10 point guard. He just does not get the shine, and he does not get the respect that he deserves.
So when I looked up a list, because I was like just looking at the top point guards, trying to like find people to compare stats to. The one like random list, I don't even know where it was from. They actually had Halliburton as the number 5 point guard in the league in his third year, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So let's look at those Dame time stats.
Oh, yeah.
Like let's finish that.
I
out.
forget what the point was, but I found them.
We're gonna do third year versus third year.
Oh, okay. So
You pull it
2012.
closer to me?
Yeah. So we got 2012, 2013, 2014.
Okay, so this is the one we're looking at.
Here we go.
So points, 21, Halliburton 20. We do it next, so I'm gonna just ask them for you and you tell
Sure.
me. Assist.
Assists per game, APG. Where the fuck is it? Assist game, what is it?
That's age. It might be. There it is.
Oh, it's already at the end. 5.6.
5.6, so we had 10.6.
Holy shit.
Rebounds,
Yeah. Rebound. 3.5.
4.
Okay, we're better already. What's next?
True shooting. You might have to go over again. They might not have true shooting on here.
Yeah, it might not.
So we'll skip that. We'll skip 3-point percentage.
3-point percentage. 39% for Dan.
38.9.
Which is honestly
So-
crazy because if you look at Dame, first year 37.3, second year 36.8, third year 39.4, and he drops off to 34.3, back to 37 to 36. So his third year was his second or third year
we
of
can even-
best shooting percentage.
We can even take that third year, and Halliburton is only .004 behind him.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah.
free throw.
And
Let's
that
look
was
at free throw.
one of Dame's top 3 best shooting years.
So free throw, exact same.
Yeah.
Steals. What is steals?
I think I saw that over.
0.8.
0.8. What's Howard?
1.7.
Better.
Turnovers.
Turnover.
Might have to scroll.
Turnover right here. 2.4.
2.7.
Okay, a tiny bit more. Gotcha.
So again, that's basically all we need to look at.
It's close.
He's on the same trajectory now. Honestly, I didn't think about this till now, but now it has me like worried of like, don't fuck this up like the Trailblazers did. You know?
Yeah,
Because it's a Trailblazer. Because like the Trailblazers' second best piece they ever had was CJ McCollum, and like that just ain't. That can't be your second best piece, bro.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
just,
a
like,
lot
can't
of it's the trajectory of your star players. I mean, this is not like a hot take, but it depends on the front office. How are you developing
Yeah.
this player? What kind of assets are you including to complement your star players? Strong suits.
Yeah.
The Pacers, you probably have a better understanding of the history of the Pacers. Do you think the Pacers are good or bad, or where do you think the Pacers fall in that in regards to just generally player development?
I would say they're very good because we never have high draft picks, but from 2010 to 2020, we were actually the most winning team in the NBA because whatever we got, I feel like we like maximized it. But the caveat to that, before this year when we got like Mathurin or whatever, the caveat to that is we never tanked. And in like modern NBA, if like you're bad, you need to be all the way bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like if you're bad but maximizing the goodness out of your bad,
Right.
you're never gonna get past that like certain point. And I feel like that's why the last year was so good for us, be able to tank and actually get past that like point.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like we're stuck in a weird spot where, like, we're Pacers fans. We clearly none of us really expected us to do this good, which we're only doing
Not
like
at all.
we're doing like I would
16
say
and 16.
16 and 6. That's average. That's equal. That's whatever. It's 0.500, whatever.
Right now, we're tied for 7th with the Heat and I want to say the Knicks, but let me double check because I know I wrote it down.
Okay, we're tied for 7. We're a little average, below average,
Hawks,
however you want to argue it, whatever. I didn't think we were going to be a playoff contention team, period.
I mean, let me
Or
put
play in, whatever. I thought we were going to be a 12 seed.
That,
you know what I mean?
that brings me to another good point of when we're tied with the Hawks and Heat right now. Heat, my opinion, they got a squad, bro. They got a squad. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, fucking Tyler Hero, fucking. You said they don't have Victor Oladipo off the bench anymore, so we'll get to that in a second. But they got a squad, bro, and they have the same record as the Hawks. I think was it 2 years ago that they almost like got out of the second round
The
with
Hawks.
Nate McMillan.
What did they do last year? I'm trying to think. Who did they play? I don't remember.
I don't know,
Man, my memory's fucked.
I know within the past 2 years, they got to the second round and made it competitive. And if you take that Hawks team versus our current Pacers team, I'd take our current Pacers team all day.
Yeah.
Like Capella and Trae Young, Trae Young is like good. Hot take, maybe. I'd rather have Hot
Yeah,
than
who's
Trae Young.
it? John Collins or whatever the fuck his name is?
Yeah,
Who gives a
like,
fuck?
yeah, and I'd say we're almost stacked with that team that made it to the second round, and we don't even have our team because we're gonna do something with Turner, Buddy Hill. Like we will. We are gonna make at least one more move. At least one more move to our roster.
Because you make a good point saying we don't really need Buddy Hield. He's older. He is efficient, but he doesn't have longevity.
Yeah,
He doesn't have investment value, but he has good contention value. So we will get rid of him probably. Turner, I hope we don't fucking keep him and say we're gonna put another 5 years into you. Just please don't. Give us a real big man, please.
Yeah, I think right now, realistically, our biggest goal that we could have is get out of the first round. Get out of the first round. I think that's our peak because as good as our starters are and young, our young bench can't compete with other young benches, and it'll start to show more in the playoffs. So you go against a Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, or whatever.
We can't beat the Bucks in seven
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
No
but I think we can beat the Hawks.
Yes.
I think. Who else do you think we could beat? Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks easy. Knicks fucking blow. I think we could beat the Celtics in seven games.
That's a hot take.
Let's talk about the game we just had the other day.
That's good transition.
30 points in the first quarter. You tell me about that. Fuck the Celtics. You tell me about that.
Okay, so that game against the Celtics, and here's another good point too. We're actually fourth in the NBA of 3-point attempts, which is great for us.
That's great.
Yeah, we're only 2-point attempts or whatever behind the Warriors. So that's great.
Well, it's,
Against the Celtics, we went 18 for 37 on threes.
It's not bad.
That's 48.6%.
It's actually fantastic.
Yeah. Duarte was 4 for 5, and Halliburton was 6 for 13.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's great. That's actually really good.
That's the ball that we need to play because so long we have been in the some of the most accurate, but also some of the most jump shotty team in the league, and that's just not the NBA anymore.
No, it's not.
In the playoffs, I think it matters a little more, but in regular season, I don't want to see jump shots. I just don't. You know?
I don't know if I agree with that. I understand your point, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. You know what I mean? A lot of...
Why disagree?
Okay, but dude, DeMar DeRozan, his whole fucking game is jump shots, and he's one of the best players in the league.
Okay, so last year, you and your roommate were telling me how good the Bulls were, and I was telling you that, no, they ain't. And I think they got bounced in the first round.
Yeah, I remember your point. Your point was they can't... They're very good against any given team except for, the first, the top, 3 or 4 teams in the East and West. They were always had a losing record. That's what it was.
When it comes to playoffs, it's a lot more analytics of you need to shoot a lot of threes. You just have to because you have to beat this team in 7 games. You can't be taking jump shots. You know.
Yeah.
So, what else? Here's a little Halliburton thing for you.
Sure.
Last 10 games, his average is 22.4 points,
Fat.
50% field goal,
Fat.
44% 3-point,
Fat.
94% free throw, 9.9 assists, 0.8 blocks,
Come on.
1.4 steals.
Come on.
That's 50, 40, 90 with almost a block and a steal and a half a game in the last 10. And I was looking through each of his months, his averages. Each month, he's been ramping up, which is a good sign.
No. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. I think we can all just agree. I feel like we don't need to go on and on about Halliburton. He is great.
Yeah.
What if we haven't said, man? He's just great. He is the future of our franchise.
Last thing I want to say, just because we have to say this because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
The 3 games, 40 assists, 0 turnovers. I just have to say that. I don't have anything.
No. I'm not even saying I don't even say we need to stop talking. I'm just saying everything is Halliburton is that guy. I feel like it's just an endless amount of things we can talk about Halliburton because he is that good.
Yep.
I mean it in the most respectful and the most, he is that good. But he is the future of our franchise.
Yep.
I mean, did you see what Rick Carlisle was? How highly he spoke of Tyrese Halliburton recently during some post game interview or whatever
Tell
it was.
me about it. I did not.
Well, basically, he put it all on the table. He goes something along the lines of Tyrese Halliburton has changed. He's single-handedly changed the trajectory of the franchise. He's changed the mood. He's changed, how we play. He's changed, everything. He goes on and on about it. But basically, recall gave Tyrese a lot of credit for just starting a foundation to build upon. I agree. We can pull up the actual quote, but we need to. But that's basically what it is.
And I feel like it's even more foundational type of lane when you're not just coming to the Pacers and scoring 30 points per game and you're just absolute scoring. It's you're making everyone better. He leads NBA assists and for who his teammates are versus the other top 10 point guards who their teammates are, he should not be leading. You know what I'm saying? I think that just goes to show that that is a foundation piece.
You're right.
At the end of the day, when everything is said and done, 5 years, he may not be the best player on our team, but he'll still be the foundation.
He'll be probably number. I don't see a future without him being a top 2 or 3 player, if not 2.
No. He'll for sure be our second best player. I'll even say probably be our best player.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he doesn't need to be our best player because he is our foundation. Because all the other players, Buddy Hield, Ben Mathurin, they're not just we're winning games because my teammate's really good. Hey, no, we're winning games because I'm playing good, he's playing good, Turner's playing good, Hill's playing good.
That's a good point.
Facilitating
the nature of having the most assists per game is that you make everybody around you better. The nature of that stat is assists. I'm giving you the ball for something to do with, for you to score with it.
Yeah.
That makes the other players better. It just is what it is, So yeah, to your point, he makes everybody around him better. And I think kind of Rick Carlisle touched on that too. He spoke on specific plays, specific passes where he's you give this pass to Miles Turner, and Miles Turner did this, etc. Whatever. Miles Turner is the guy. Yeah, I'm drunk. I lost my train of thought.
And unless you got anything else to say, I don't. We can end it here.